Hi, this is Roughhouse of Parahub Radio, the internet's only rock and roll paranormal extravaganza. Thanks for downloading this week's podcast. Now, this is a stripped-down version of our weekly show without the music and the commercials. If you'd like to hear the whole show, join us on Thursdays beginning at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, and 3 a.m. in the UK. Just go to parahub.org and you can hear the whole show and chat with us. Thanks for downloading this week's show. Hope you enjoy it. It is Thursday. We were off last week, and we apologize for that. Mother Nature kind of decided, hey, we're not going to let you guys do a show, and things happened. And as you all have seen in the news, Hurricane Ike wreaked havoc last week, and that's why we weren't on last week, which is unfortunate for one of our co-hosts, Pete Haviland, who happens to live in the Houston, Texas area. He's not on tonight either, but we'll get into that a little bit later. The girls are running the asylum tonight. It makes me outgunned tonight. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
We've got Pete and Anthony in straitjackets.
Bending to our every command.
I would actually pay to see that, too. I think.
No. Orgasm.
She did it. We got what? We're 13 minutes into the show, and she said it.
I said orgasm.
Yeah, we were daring each other who was going to say it first, and Kat.
You know wins. Me, yeah.
But from what I understand, I've been talking to Pete Haviland, who is in the Houston area, off and on for the last 2-3 days, and for those, I've had emails, people asking about Pete. Pete, like I said, lives in the Houston area, got hit pretty hard. I didn't know. He didn't tell me, but I'm just now finding out tonight from the people in the chat room. By the way, hi, everybody in the chat room. I'm waving at you. That he got some damage to his house. And I was kind of hoping he'd be on tonight because he's got a really good story. And I don't know, should I tell it or should I wait, let him tell it next week? Well,
let him tell it.
Yeah, I'll just tell you this. It involves Looters and his dog. So, it's a really, really good story. But Pete is okay. From what I understand, he's back at work. He has no power. They told, from what I understand, it could be a month before they get power where they're at over there in Houston. That would drive me nuts. What do you do for a month?
Really?
I mean, you can only read so many books, right? Is my mic
Go
up?
to the library.
Mm-hmm. Drill for oil.
Well, that's true. That's true. Ooh, turn my mic down.
Give it to the president.
Okay,
we won't go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even want to get into that whole thing, even though we are, 3 months away from presidential elections. That reminds me. I got to ask somebody. Maybe you guys know. Maybe somebody in the chat room knows. When you are on the do not call list, which I am on, Mrs. Roughhouse and I are on, we have cell phones. We do not have a home phone, so we have our cell phones on the do not call list. I am getting political, those recorded ads. Is that not illegal? I mean, I'm on the list. I paid to be on the list.
Well, somebody probably lobbied to have them have permission to do that to you.
Well, see, here's the thing is, I'm on a cell phone. I mean, it cost me not, it's not like, it cost like $10 or anything, but it costs, to get a call.
Right.
It's also on the caller ID. It says withheld. I thought that was illegal. I thought you had to disclose who you are.
If you are on the do not call list and you're getting calls from telemarketers, you did not sign up for it, it is illegal.
Okay.
But you have to go through like a whole ton of stuff to fight it for that particular number. It's kind of a pain in the butt. They made it that way on purpose, of course.
I don't even know what the number is. I mean, it doesn't come up. All I know is I'm getting political calls from both sides, Democrat and Republican. I actually sat and talked to a Republican representative for about 5 minutes the other day, just to see what they had to say,
Yeah.
But mostly it's this recorded stuff, and that drives me nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
my son's getting one that has to do with the warranty on his 2008 Chevy, which he does not own. One of. I'm like, what?
Oh, I've
get his number.
I have heard about that.
Yeah.
Some scam where they, your warranty is up, and they want you to send information. And how stupid do these people in these other countries that are sending these emails that tell you that they're the ambassador to Zimbabwe and they need you to send $10 million.
Yeah, or they're going to give you $10 million, but you have to open up an account and all this crap, and next thing you know, you're broke.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I get those weekly, 2-3 times a week, and I've actually responded to them. It's like, how stupid do you think I am, idiot?
People do that. One guy actually let them on and on and on and on for the longest time till they got caught, actually. The feds, they were actually here, but they came from Haiti.
Yeah.
And were pulling a scam, and they got busted. The whole house went down.
Good for them.
Yeah, I was glad.
I keep getting the ones that tell me how to increase my size.
Your size of...
Like, I didn't realize I even had one to begin with.
Of your orgasm?
And number 2. Let me keep a tally of every time she says it.
That was 3. I said it 3 times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Every time that word is said tonight, I will keep it down.
Hey, let's let everybody in the chat room take a chat. Whoever gets the right right amount of times I've said orgasm on the air, will get...
Yeah, we'll do something at the end of the show.
Yeah, we'll do something.
We'll do something. I got plenty of stuff to give away.
And don't worry, we do have paranormal stuff coming up.
That's true.
Yes.
Matter of fact, we got Paula's Paranormal News coming up here in just a few minutes. Also got Amy Bruni. Now, Amy is the producer. I think she's still the producer for Beyond Reality, the radio show that features Jason and Grant from Ghost Hunters. And she's also an investigator herself. She's currently in, I think, San Diego is where she said she's at. We're going to give her a call here in just a little while and talk to her about the investigation that she's on and some other junk. You know, lots of people have asked if we could get Amy on because apparently she's pretty cool, and we'll find out here in just a little while on Parahub Radio, the Internet's only rock and roll paranormal extravaganza. Paula's News is up next.
Parahub Radio News.
Parahub Radio News brought to you by Haunted America Tours. See them at hauntedamericatours.com. Now, here's Paula Jedi with the latest paranormal news, and I don't know what you're going to do with yourself because there's none of the other guys here to interrupt you. You're actually going to get to go through an entire newscast, I think, with no interruption.
Well, I'll have to laugh at my own jokes then.
I hope you got plenty of news.
I'll just read it really slow.
Oh, there you go.
Alrighty, you ready?
Okay. Go ahead.
It's casting call time for Pilgrim Films, the producer of Ghost Hunters. If you think you've got what it takes to be in the next paranormal reality show, go to realitywanted.com and sign up. No experience is required.
I'm kind of questioning what they're looking for. You know? I mean, no experience? Really?
They want either a dorky guy or a tall, hot blonde.
Well, that's just generally how it is, you know. That's how I ended up not being on Ghost Hunters International. You know, my chest wasn't big enough, and I mean that's a true story. You know,
yeah, it doesn't matter.
I got a call, and then all of a sudden, you know, it's like, no, we're gonna go with this girl. You know, I won't say which one it was, but anyway.
No experience required. You just have to be hot. So if you're hot, go sign up.
Where's the address, and where can they find that?
realitywanted.com. All right. Now, the official Ghost Adventure Crew website has launched. You can check it out at myspace.com/Zach Baggins, ZAKBAGANS. And I probably said that wrong.
Yeah, or Bagans, whichever one. He'll answer to both.
Well, just call him Z, like I do.
Call him Z, yes.
There is a longer URL, but I didn't want to read that, unless you want me to.
That was ZAKBAGENS.com?
No, she got it wrong.
All
okay.
A's. All A's.
Erase.
Oh, okay, got it.
ZAKBAGANS.
Right.
MICKEY.
MOUSE, hey! You have to
Orgasm!
You have to forgive us. It's going to be one of those nights.
No. Cats.
I'm sorry.
It's not ZachBaggins.com.
Oh.
No.
She wrote it in the chat.
Oh, MySpace is
There you go.
.com/Zach. Hey, you know what? I just worked my butt off And my brain knows it's after 5, so sorry.
It's after 5 because you're in Arizona. You know, it's after 10 here on the East Coast. It's 10 in the morning in Japan. Hello, everybody in Tokyo.
See, the actual URL is www.executiveservers.com/ghostadventures-com. Or just go to myspace.com/ZachBaggins.
Or write orgasm.com.
Or just go to Google and type in Zach Bagans and
just
an orgasm.
Zach.
Yeah.
I can't.
He's probably listening.
I can't tick this fast enough.
Zach.
Okay.
Next story,
now,
please.
next. Actor Nick Cage is the next Hollywood star to experience ghosts. He owns an old mansion in New Orleans, and he's claiming that he has 5 or 6 ghosts living in the house. Mm-hmm. He won't allow investigation groups to come into the house because he doesn't want the spirits to be exploited.
Yeah, from what I read, he's had several investigation groups in the area ask if they could come in, and he's basically said, I respect them as entities, as people, and we'll just leave it at that. And then he doesn't even stay in the house. He'll come in and do a party or something, and he leaves. $3 million house. It's basically just a amphitheater or party place.
I'll borrow it.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway.
Alrighty. Aliens are blah 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 blah. Are taking over my brain and making me speak gibberish.
Wow.
I have orgasms while you're talking.
I wish. Good Lord. Okay. Let's start that one over again.
Gosh.
It's your fault, Ruff.
I started something here.
Rated X Parahub Radio. Okay.
That's a different network.
Aliens have... I can't read this one tonight.
Well, then move to the next one.
Okay. No. Aliens still like Roswell. I'll say it that way.
Okay.
Still like Roswell because some people caught a glimpse of a UFO on Monday night in Roswell.
Yay for them.
Yippee. Woohoo. And also the city of Roswell is planning to build a $25 million UFO museum there.
There's been a lot of UFO shows on lately. Last night I was, as you may be able to hear, those of you who don't know, I am fighting a very severe summer cold right now. And
he's possessed.
By the way, there's nothing on television at 4 a.m., but there were a lot of UFO shows between the History Channel and all, and there's a lot of ufology information out there if you want to stay up that late. Let's just leave it at that.
In between the infomercials?
The infomercials came on at 5 o'clock, so from 5 to 6, I had to go find something else to do. But
okay. Speaking of UFOs, British singer Robbie Williams, and I have no clue who he is, but he's kind of hot. Anyway,
he used to be in a British boy band. Yeah, he was. He was in a British boy band for a while. He had one hit over here a few years ago.
Yep.
But
anyway. He's claiming that a UFO, UFO or an unidentified black light flew into his studio and then zoomed right back out while he was recording a song called Arizona, which just so happens to be about UFOs.
Who'd have thought?
So now he's going to go UFO hunting on his jet ski.
I believe he's an alcoholic as well, if I'm not mistaken. So
did he say a black light zoomed in and out?
Yes.
A black light.
A black light. I know, that doesn't make any sense, does it?
I'm thinking purple.
Yeah, something that was purple black lights. They came in and everything, everything day glowed for a minute. And
oh, I see. Okay.
All right.
Just make sure we're on. Yeah.
We're running real short here.
Well, you told me to, okay.
Yeah.
Stretch it out. Yeah.
We stretched it too far.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Oh, orgasm. Okay.
All right. Now, Sid and Dennis from Pasadena Paranormal Research Society were scheduled to appear on the TV show Destination Truth last night. However, it seems that they were edited out of the show and didn't make it on the tube.
Yeah, I was going to watch last night, and then
Sorry.
I didn't get it. I T-voted, DVR'd it. I have to go. Well, now I don't want to see it because they're not on it, so the heck with it.
Okay, and one more. Now, this one is only paranormal if your poo stinks so bad it haunts you, but 3-ply toilet paper is being developed. Woohoo! thought you'd really want to know that.
There's so many things we could go along with that, but we don't have time.
Moving right along. Oh, wow.
I thought that one was funny.
It is funny.
The things we could sneak in on the radio.
The things that Mensa sit there and think of in that think tank, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay. Well, tonight for our Paranormal Spotlight, we have Alexandra Holzer of New York City Pretty Paranormal, and I asked her if experience is necessary to be taken seriously in this field, and here's what she said.
It's not the length of time that you do it. It's where you come from and who you are as a soul that brings it to the table when you do deal with the other side, positive and negative, and that you're not just helping the living, you're helping the dead. And there's a compassionate respect factor. So it's not like, Carly and I and Brooke kind of grew into this, growing up. We were destined to get to that point, and that's the point we're at now. So whether somebody says, I have 100 years experience, or you have 1 year experience, it doesn't mean anything. What work you're doing and how you go about it, that is what's gold, and that's what the three of us are about.
You can check out the New York City Pretty Paranormal at www.myspace.com/NYCPP. From the Internet's only rock and roll paranormal extravaganza, I'm Paula Jedi with Parahub Radio News, brought to you by Haunted America Tours. See them at hauntedamericatours.com.
Our interview with Amy Bruni coming up next. Parahub Radio, the Internet's only rock and roll paranormal extravaganza. Supertramp, give a little bit. Hi, my name is Roughhouse. Joining me tonight, Paula Jedi and Katz. Pete and Anthony have the day off today. Pete is dealing with a lot of stuff in Houston right now, and the main thing, not having any power. I just can't imagine. When we had one of the hurricanes come through here in Central Florida when we first moved here 4 years ago, that year we had 4. I don't know if you remember that, Paula. We had 4 hurricanes in 2000 and, I want to say 4? Yeah, 2004. One right after the other. And one of them knocked the power out here for about 8 days. By the 5th day, I was, like Jack Nicholson in The Shining, Mm-hmm. So, Pete's dealing with that. Anthony, he's just, I don't know, I think he's cruising the red light district tonight. Trying to drum up some kind of, yeah.
Well, that doesn't exist anymore, by the way.
It does in Amsterdam.
No, it doesn't.
No?
They still have the chicks in the windows.
They stopped it. I don't know. You can't say they canceled it, but they ended it.
Uh-huh.
Huh. So you just have to, very quietly sneak around and find the hookers.
They've discouraged it.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. We were supposed to be talking with investigator and radio show producer Amy Bruni. We got her voicemail, so we're waiting for her to call us back right now. During the news segment there, we did our weekly spotlight, and it was with Alexandra Holzer. She's one of the members of the New York City Pretty Paranormal group, and I actually sat down and talked to him was it last week before last? She and Carly Rose, and we had a good time, and I figured, hey, since we're waiting for Amy to call back, I'll play that for you. Here's my conversation with Alexandra Holzer and Carly Rose from NYCPP, and we started out kind of goofing off with some stuff, and she was asking, about where Anthony was, and I kind of goofed off, as I often do, because he's always finding himself in the red light district, so.
Oh, I love my aunt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're the only one. You're alone.
Somebody's got to love him, so I guess it's my job. He's terrible, isn't he?
Well, he does have a son, so somebody loved him somewhere along the line.
Mean. I'm going to tell him you said that.
Oh, that's fine. I'll tell him I said that.
I'm sure you would.
Okay. Let's see. So officially, Alexander, what's your title with the group?
Just basically, we're not. The thing is, for the three of us, we're not going by the lead team member and stuff. We're all intuitive investigators. And then on the website, there are bios that break down what we do best, and we leave it at that. Because what we're trying to do that's different than everything else is that we're not trying to label ourselves, that we're all the same and we're all one. And as women, we're intuitive, and that's what we are, and I really would prefer not to be labeled.
Okay.
Carly, what do you think?
I'll second that.
Yeah, I mean, it's enough with the labeling. I think we're all equal. Yeah. We all have different things that we contribute, of course, but we're all intuitive investigators, and that's the point of the name in our show that we're working on that's coming up. So
when you get into a fight, then who takes over as the boss? Who settles the argument?
We don't fight.
Oh, give me a break. 3 women and you don't fight. You're lying.
Yeah.
I've been married 15 years. I know better than that.
Well, that's why I saw your wife down at the county clerk filing for divorce.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, listen, everyone can have disagreements, so you work it out. I mean, that's what it's about, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'll let you get away with that one, because we're pressed for time here. Okay. Let me jump right into it, and whichever one you wants to answer first is fine. How'd you guys get together to start the NYCPP?
Well, we met on MySpace.
You can take that out.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. We met off of MySpace connecting. Carly was introduced to me by another female intuitive who we all kind of connected, the 3 of us, and Carly had written to me, and I don't remember how she and I met, in all honesty, but I got her ad one day, and we started emailing, and then she turned me on to a woman that was starting out in radio and to do her show, and I would be a great guest in that. You know, mm-hmm. her new connection to this woman was, you have to have this woman on, Alexandra Holzer. This is who her father is. You know, I have great respect for him. So I don't remember how Carly found me, but there she was. And then from there, we started to build up a relationship, and that's how it started. So. Uh-huh.
Well, I guess it's better to find you that way than to, laying face down in a gutter or something, I guess.
Gee, how nice. Thank you.
Oh, like you haven't been there before. No, I'm kidding.
No, maybe last week, but,
Just kidding. I kid. Well, I know what your inspiration is, Alexandra. I know how you got into this. Carly, what was your inspiration?
My inspiration, basically, just to sort of help others, give them a better understanding of how the spirit world works as I know it. Again, don't want to label myself, but I guess if I had to, people would call me a medium. And really, honestly, just sort of want to get out the truth, mm-hmm. what's really around us and among us.
Why are you so opposed to labels?
Because why am I so opposed to labels? I don't know,
Because it's stupid.
Yeah, and a lot of the labels, they sound hokey. I'm a very normal person. I live a very normal life, and I just, I happen to talk to the dead. I don't know. I'm not one with labels. I do a bunch of different things, so I don't want to label myself as one thing, you know?
It's limiting. I think if you limit yourself, then people get these expectations that, if you're an investigator, then that's what you do. It's like, but I do many things. And I think it's like when you find out a celebrity can sing and they're an actor, not a singer, you're like, oh, my God, Bon Jovi acts. People can't separate out the correlation that when you're creative and you have talents and you have a gift, that they all kind of go hand in hand. And so I guess for us, it's kind of like that.
Yeah, and I don't know, for me personally, being labeled, let's say, a medium, all mediums are different. We all work in a different way. And, just because I'm a medium doesn't mean that I work the way that every other medium does. We're all different. Mm-hmm. So maybe I'll come out with my own label one day. I don't know. If I got a label myself, I'll make one up.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. What drives you to do what you do?
Who are you speaking with?
Go ahead.
Either or. Well, Carly, we'll start with you. What is your main focus? What drives you to want to go do paranormal investigations?
Well, I think I answered that before, and really it's about getting the truth out there. It's about helping other people understand. Listen, I don't know it all, but I have a good understanding of what's going on, and none of us know it all, and we all put in our different, 2 cents or whatever, but I think that my understanding is a little bit different than most, and I think that, I can help people out with with my knowledge, and well, that's what I hope to do anyways, and that's really what drives me. Is, you know, here we're all regular people, we're women, we're intuitive, and you know, we have a different perspective on things.
All right. Let's see. Next question. How long do you think you guys will be doing this paranormal investigation thing? Have you thought that far ahead?
You know what? We're friends. You know, the three of us and the people that we are working with are all forming a friendship first and foremost. And so that kind of question is almost like, you know, if it segues off in the future where we don't investigate anymore together and the TV show doesn't continue and things like that, you know, by that point we'd be already venturing off with other of things of the arts and things, because, you know, the whole point is to not limit yourself. You know, to say, well, you know, how far can we see? I think we're always going to be intuitively helping people and always being in each other's lives, because we all have a respect and intellect that a lot of people are lacking sometimes. So it's kind of like when you're a woman, it's very different than when you're a man, and to kind of say, well, it ends if a show ends, or it ends because we're not doing enough casework. It doesn't work that way with us. It's you know, almost like there's a common bond and respect factor, and it's a nurturing thing. Like, you know, when do you stop being a parent? You know, it just kind of doesn't end. And so I feel like for us, that's what it's going to be like, regardless of how many directions.
It's not just casework either. I mean, we're helping people today with, you know, emailing and phone calls that we get from people. I mean, you know,
exactly. We communicate. We take time. We take the time in our busy lives and you know, and basically answer questions from the newbies to the advanced that want to just go and debate on things and have, at the end of those conversations, respect each other to agree to disagree and leave it at that. And so that just will always go on. I think, you know, the three of us are inquisitive by nature, and we have a lot to learn as things that we, you know, all know differently, yet the same, and just going to keep going as long as life allows us to breathe physically. And then when we're gone, watch out, we're going to haunt you. So you're going to have to be investigating the ghost of Holzer, and watch out, because I have to go and deal with my father one day soon.
Gosh. That's a scary thought.
I'm going to be starting to go and get like 10 teams on my side saying, okay, this is Hans Holzer, y'all. Back up. This is a doozy. Yeah. He's throwing things.
Alexandra Holzer and Carly Rose from New York City. Pretty paranormal there, our interview with Amy Bruni. Apparently she's busy doing something else, and we'll try to catch up with her some other time and try to get an interview with Amy. But thanks so much for Alexandra and Carly for sitting down with me a couple weeks ago. And just, you know, talking, and, you know, they're great to talk to. They're a lot of fun. I do believe we have them scheduled to do a full-blown interview here sometime in November. Coming up here in just a little while, our very good friend Don Shy from Pasadena Paranormal. Is that the name of it? What's the name of the group, Don?
Well, it's actually Pasadena Paranormal Research Society.
Okay.
But we've kind of cut it down to make it easier to say. It's just Pasadena Paranormal.
That makes it so much easier for me on a night like this.
Yeah, doesn't it? So it's one of those nights.
I'll tell you what. Don's coming up here in just a few minutes. Maybe Katz will do a reading on her or something. Wouldn't that be nice? It's the Black Crows on Parahub Radio. Pink Floyd on Parahub Radio. Internet's only rock and roll paranormal extravaganza. Had a major loss, speaking of Pink Floyd. One of the founding members, Rick Wright, the guy who did the keyboards, he just sculpted the sound of Pink Floyd, passed away last week. I believe he was 62 years old and had been fighting cancer. So our condolences go out to the members of Pink Floyd. Hi, my name is Rough House, and got Paula Jedi with me, got Katz with me, got Don Shy with me, and Anthony and Pete have the night off. They'll be back next week. Just as a reminder that Pete is going to be at a paranormal conference on October the 4th, I believe is the date on it. Yeah, October the 4th. It's going to be in Texas at Jefferson, I think it's Jefferson County there. If you need more information, you can call Jody at area code 903-665-6289. If you need that number, just go to parahub.org. There's a big banner on the front. It's got all the information. You can go by and say hi to our very own Pete. Pete Haviland. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show, everybody that's in the chat room. Thank you so much for joining us. Lots of people are hanging out there. What are we, Cats, were you going to do something? You going to do a reading? What do you, explain that a little bit. On when somebody says to you, come do a reading on me, what does that mean to you?
Okay, when people come to me asking for readings, usually, let's see how to explain this. I just do like a general reading on them. Like some people have certain areas of their lives that they want a little clarifying on. That they, when you get depressed about, like right now, let's use a really good example: finances. Right. Everybody's in the hole. We're in a recession, whether they say it out loud or not. Okay, everybody's hurting and wondering where the next dime's coming from. They're getting slammed with huge bills, and they're stressing on it. And, 9/10 of the time, most of the questions they'll go, is it going to get better? And then I connect with them, and I get information, obviously from, other sources, and try to guide them to the place where they can, raise their finances or let them know, hey, it's going to be okay, something's coming, you're going to be okay. Or, it's not always positive, but I pretty much do positive readings, you know what I mean, on people. Right.
We have a pretty major story going on here in Florida. I don't know if, people in the rest of the United States, it's been on national news and all. Kaylee Anthony, Polly, I'm sure you've heard this story as much as I have around here. The young woman who has the daughter, is it Kaylee is the daughter and Casey is the mother, I think is the name.
I actually have no idea what you're talking about.
Is that the one with the little girls missing?
Yeah,
and the mother put it. You know what? When I saw that first, is that the one where the grandmother was trying to talk to the daughter to find out what happened to the little girl?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the first thing I thought is she had that girl killed. That
Really?
was, months ago when it started?
2 months ago.
I was like, but it was so weird because it's like, she had been hiding what I felt, this is me, it may come out, I don't know. I was like, she must have been hiding her hatred for this little girl for a long time from everybody. And all of a sudden, so many people were surprised. Right. And she wouldn't tell anybody where the little girl was. Now, to me, that's cold-hearted being a parent myself. I'm like, how could you do that to a child?
Yeah, she still hasn't said anything to anybody. She's been in and out of jail for several other things. Still not talking about, where the child is. Right. And but she's acting like it. She acts like a person who has seen the child, who knows the child's alive. Right. Have you been approached about stuff like that? About working on cases like that?
I do get some people who just ask me like stuff they read in the news.
For people who don't know, Katz does some medium, some psychic work. It's not like I'm just asking her blanket questions here.
Yeah, yeah.
She's our resident psychic here on the show.
Do you know what I usually do? What I do more of is I do paranormal investigations or assistance over the phone or through the internet for people on actual investigations that they're having either problems with or they need clarifying on what's going on because it's so bad.
Right.
I've done about 8 in the past month so far.
And that's from what I understand from what you were saying not too long ago, that doing this kind of stuff over the internet is an unusual talent.
Yeah, and a lot of people a lot of people are like, how can you do it over there? It's all about connecting the energy. I ask for, please connect me with this person. I'll never see their face. I don't know anything about them. And then I'll get the information and, I tell them not to tell me crap because, I don't need their information if I'm getting it. And they can confirm it, validate it. And then, a lot of people are surprised. I'm lucky, thankful that I can do that,
My brother asked, do you help people locate their keys?
You know what? I had somebody ask me about a wallet, and I did tell them.
Yeah, it was me, wasn't it?
That's right. No, actually, no, let me tell you, it was Pete. Called me up.
Okay.
He had been missing this wallet for a while, and I told him, I said, Pete, first thing you should have done was call all your credit card companies and the DMV. And he went, No. I said, no. I seen it in a truck, an old Chevy pickup with a bench seat in the front. And I could even see the cover. And I described this. I said, do you have an old Chevy truck? He goes, no. I have bucket seats in the front. I went, oh, well, you know what? You might want to be calling your credit card companies and your DB because that's where it's at.
Wow. So you had seen somebody had stolen it. Okay.
Yes. What happened is what I saw was that somehow it dropped out of the truck, his vehicle, and somebody picked it up. That's exactly what happened.
Wow.
They got a hold of it. And, and I told Pete, I said, as soon as your wallet was missing, he goes, I know, but I thought I just misplaced it. And I'm like, well, you know what? Somebody else has it now. So we took care of it that day when we talked. He said, I got everything done. I was like, good, because, you would have been really, screwed.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word, yeah.
And watch this guy show up, on his doorstep, next week or something like that. I've been trying to find you, But anyway.
Yeah, right.
Also on the line here with us, Don Schei from Pasadena Paranormal. Hey, Don, how are you doing?
I'm doing really good. How about you guys?
Oh, living the dream, trying to fight this cold and,
Drinking lots of NyQuil, having orgasms.
Okay.
Wait, okay, that's 12 now. Okay. Anyway, keeping tally.
They're supposed to keep track. When you quit telling them.
Well, we got people coming and going, so, well.
Really?
We're coming and going.
That's not what I meant to say.
At the same time.
Anyway.
Like the lady that had a stroke while she was, never mind.
Yeah.
So lucky. Jeez.
Anyway, we've...
No, it was an unusual stroke, is what they said.
Yeah. Anyway, we brought Dawn on because we thought we'd do something kind of interesting here, and she was game for it, and Katz is going to do some kind of reading. So, Dawn, I'm going to turn it over to you, and is there any questions right off the bat that you have to, to start this out with that you want to know about?
Well, actually, I'd just like to leave it up to the guides or something that's coming across to me, but I would have a career question if I did have a question.
Okay.
So it's about your career. Okay. Dawn, I have to tell you right off, you have such a pure white energy. You just surround everyone you talk to. You are so positive. It's wonderful, wonderful to talk to you. Okay, I have to tell you that because,
you.
Right now with everything going on in, in everyone's lives, like I said earlier about finances and recession, you have got but you don't see that. You're all positive. You do everything you can to help everyone, including in your field, and you are just, I have to tell you, I just feel so much love from you and around you. You embrace pretty much everybody that you come in contact with, whether you meet them face to face or not, and that's awesome. Okay.
Wow.
Career-wise, I do see you doing, I see you getting really busy, okay, with your group next year. I see it starting, give me 1 second. I'm getting February, I'm getting the month of February, but they're not saying if it's the beginning or the middle or the end of it. But February seems like the big kickoff month for you. It's where it's going to start. Okay. It's just going to take off for you. I do see you being really busy, and because you are who you are, you're going to want to help every single person, but you're going to start running into people because you're going to need more people, okay, to, in your team. And people will come, but the good ones are going to come. The real ones, the true ones, the people who have the, how do I say this? The right focus for the field. Okay. They're in it to help. Yes, and they are in it to help, and that's what you're going to get. You're going to get those people. The others won't. You know what I mean? They're not going to. They're not going to be drawn. They can't be drawn because they're going to be pushed away because there's too much positive energy in your group. Okay, you guys are very close. I see like a group with the white, almost like a dome of white light surrounding you guys. Like you guys are there to protect. You're there to help. And you guys are very loving about it. And because you have that, when you do your investigations, you're extremely successful in them, helping those people that are asking you to help them, especially the spirits on the other side. You've helped quite a few, but you're going to be helping a whole ton next year. You're going to be very, very busy.
Well, she does. You do a lot of work on the Queen Mary still, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. We're going there in December again, actually.
Awesome. I see it more than that, though. You're going to be of course, you're going to be doing other stuff besides that, but the Queen Mary will always be your home. Does that make sense to you? It's always going to be your home.
It's my base.
Yeah.
It feels like my base.
Yeah, it's always going to be your home. That's going to be the heartland. That is your heart. That's the heartbeat for you. Does that make sense? The connection?
Awesome. Oh no, totally. This is awesome.
You're awesome. You keep doing what you're doing, and you're not going to change course as long as you stay where you're at. You're awesome. Everything's going to shift for you next year, big time, and it's going to be all good. And I have to tell you, I'm getting that you will be financially backed, okay, very well. And you won't even have to ask. You won't have to ask for it. It's going to be awesome. Okay, that's next year. Yeah,
well,
every group's going to be calling me now. Cats, what about us? You know.
For those who don't know, Dawn does a lot of cinematography work, video work.
Yes, I do. I do the video. I'm the documentarian for the team, but I post a lot of the videos of evidence and just investigations that we do.
Right. So that'll be interesting.
Oh my God, that's so awesome, and I thank you so much.
You're quite welcome.
I feel it in my heart.
Yeah, that's how you know it's true.
Well,
yes, I do. I feel it in my heart. And you guys are all awesome.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, but you rock, Donna. You rock.
Thanks a lot.
All righty, well, you take care.
You too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, Parahub Radio, the Internet's only rock and roll paranormal extravaganza. You know what it's time for? He's not here right now, but it's time for one of those Tales from Anthony.
And now, another episode of Tales from Anthony.
Away from my job, like in a high-traffic area where everybody would be going. So I probably drew a large crowd of my coworkers.
Now they all know you're nuts. There were hints of it for a while, but now they know.
Bobby told me that if anybody asked me, or tells me that they saw me, that I should say that I saw him trying to lure a small child over to his car with candy. And then I would be justified.
Parahub Radio.
Stone Temple Pilots. Center State love song on Parahub Radio, the Internet's only rock and roll paranormal extravaganza. Paula Jedi and Katz joining me, and this little segment we've just doing here where Katz doing readings on people is becoming fairly popular. Kara is now joining us. Kara from Bounce Radio. Hi, Kara.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, living the dream, trying to get this cold out of the way. I got to, get to the end of, fall is next Monday, this coming Monday. So I couldn't get out of the summer without getting one cold. Darn it. Anyway. Oh, you got a question for Katz?
Yeah, I guess what I'm mostly thinking about is career.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Or a couple seconds. Okay, let's see. Okay, Kara, what we got here? Okay, when I do readings, sometimes even if somebody's concentrating on one area of their life, sometimes like your guides will come and say, look, she needs to take care of this first for other things to move ahead, so that you understand. Okay, Kara?
Okay. Yep.
All right. You have been really preoccupied with people around you very heavily. And for lack of a better phrasing, they're not really there with you, if that makes sense. Just say yes or no. You don't have to give me details right now. Okay. But they're not in your home. They don't live around you, okay? They're not, I don't want to say it like this. They're not directly in your life. They're friends. They're, people but yet they're not there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. The only problem with that, that's great to care for people, on the internet or pen pals, emails, whatever. But right now, you need to kind of focus more on you and your world, which is your life that you're living right now, okay? Things will get better, but you need to focus a little bit more on what you really want. I feel that you're not quite sure what you want to do, right? You're in an in-between stage here.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. I do see you more on the air, okay? And I see that that's something you really are drawn to doing because you love doing it. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to do that, you need to concentrate more on the show, okay? Then, I'm sorry. Her show, yeah. Okay, I do see her. I see the picture of the radio with you in headphones. So that tells me it has to do with the DJing. I also see that you may have an opportunity, though you may miss it, which we'll get into in a minute, for actually doing a radio show, like radio, not internet radio. Okay? It will be starting, it looks like it'll be a late night But you're going to rock so hard, they're going to move you to a primetime spot, maybe early morning or late, you know what I mean, like early evening, you know, where the traffic is heavy. That's the only way I can describe it to you. But the only thing that will stop you is you have to focus a little bit more on that goal if that's really what you achieve, because we could sit around and want a goal so badly that we'll just sit around and think about it. You know, and then we start kind of not insulting you, but kind of like daydreaming about it instead of actually, you know, putting your energy into it happening. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
Because this is what I'm getting. I repeat whatever I pick up from, like, say, your spirits to my spirits. So it may sound cryptic to everybody listening, but as long as you understand, we're good. But what I would like you to do is, like, if you can, just once a day, Kara, focus on being on the radio. Okay? Just imagine yourself just for, like, if you got 5 minutes to do it in the morning or in the evening, whenever you're quiet before bed, just picture yourself in front of the mic, you know, in a studio, like a radio station. Okay? And do that. And then you're going to start seeing opportunities outside the house for you to actually expand on that, because you are very good at what you do. But I feel that you're lacking confidence, and you shouldn't, because you're getting a lot of feedback from people, okay? But you're like, oh, okay, but you still don't feel in yourself, you don't have that confidence, and you should, because you're awesome. You know what I mean? You are a very awesome, you're an awesome DJ, you're an awesome person. You know, but you don't need to count on the opinions of others, even though, yeah, we do care about what our friends, you know, our close friends say, whether they're here or on the internet or an email. But right now, the most important opinion is yours. Okay? And in order for you to get that goal that you're wanting career-wise, you need to just accept yourself. You're awesome. You are really good at what you do. And when you really feel that, you're going to start seeing all these things shifting to put you in that direction to get you into, how do I say, major radio.
Mainstream?
Yes, thank you. That's the word. They were giving me names, and they're giving me, I see freeways. I'm like, okay, what does it mean? She's going to be a traffic person? What? You know, hello.
I don't like traffic.
Kara, do you actively record your show right now?
No, I'm live on air.
Yeah, I mean, but when you're on the air, do you record it?
In archives, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you need to hang on to those and start taking those pieces, you know, some of your best parts, and putting those together into a tape. Because somebody's probably, if this is, you know, comes to pass, or somebody says, hey, I want you to come to work on our radio show or a radio station, they're going to ask you for what they call an air check. And that's if you have pieces like that, you know, that's going to make it a lot
like
easier for you.
Like a 2.5-minute little demo thing?
You know, to be honest with you, having been in radio for 20 years, I've listened to a lot of demo tapes. I get about 20 seconds into it, I can tell whether you're good or not.
Okay.
So if you want to make it a minute, that's fine. Generally, most PDs, program directors, aren't going to get that far.
Okay.
But your best stuff should be right there in the very beginning.
All right.
All righty?
All right.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Katz is our resident psychic, and she does these periodically. And Paula and her were talking here. You guys go ahead and jump into it and, talk about what you were doing here.
Okay, we were talking about, Paula had asked me to see what spirits I pick up around her, and one person literally jumped out in the whole group. And to Paula's right, there is a older lady who keeps throwing colors at me and stuff, and Paula's like, what? So it's her grandmother, which she did confirm that you do sense her around you pretty much a lot, don't you?
Yeah, my grandmother contacts her entire family.
Please leave a message after the beep.
But she keeps her hand on you. She's very concerned about you. You know, she loves you. You know, and I just keep seeing her shaking the fist like nobody listens. You know, and sometimes it's hard for them to convey through us because, you know, when we're in modes, you know what I mean? Down modes, especially, we don't hear crap from anybody, you know, alive or not, you know. I just feel that she's kind of like, the image I'm getting is her jumping up and down, like angry, like kind of like, nobody listens, like she's frustrated. Have you picked
Sounds
up?
Like Paula.
I know.
Hey, wait a minute.
I'm channeling Paula. No, you're not so much unlike your grandmother. Okay? But what there's something you picked up, like I keep saying, okay, I'm sorry. It's last week that you picked up from her, but you didn't listen to it. Some kind of I don't know how. She just said there's something you picked up on, but you didn't really hold it in your head. Does that make sense? Come on, Paula, work with me. Oh, for Christ's sake.
Talking to somebody with no memory anyway.
I know, really. Well, no, it was like, did you meditate or relax like within the past 4 or 5 days?
I did once.
Okay. And you picked up something?
I picked up a virus. Does that count?
I picked up an orgasm, so there. No, seriously, Paula.
Oh, you have? Well, tell us the details now.
Hey, no one loves me like I do. All right?
Wow.
Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah. Anywho.
So you...
there have been things in the house going on, but I always just brush them off.
That is her. Right now. She is the dominant spirit around you right now because you need her. Or she feels that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Well, yes or no, Paula? Work with me. She's so positive. Oh, my God. Can't you just feel the loving vibes from Paula?
It's almost like she doesn't want to expose too much,
You know what, Paula? Then you can kiss the darkest part of my butt.
I'm not going anywhere near your black hole.
Whoa, all right. Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, anyway.
Going to the phones, and Chaz is on. Chaz works with Bounce Radio also, since we're doing some of these readings here, and she wanted to have some questions. Hello, Chaz. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Great. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for coming on. What is the question you had for our resident psychic?
What's her name? Yeah.
For Kat, basically, I was wondering about school, how my school's going to go, but then also I had the whole side thought of if I was ever going to have an actual relationship, too.
Well, how old are you?
21, almost 22.
Oh, okay, you got a long time then.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, let me see. Give me just a second.
Don't get married.
Oh.
If you're gonna, I always tell people that don't get married till after you're 30. There's a lot to do between 20 and 30. People don't know that.
Yeah, marriage isn't on my mind.
You're looking for a steady.
Live with someone. You don't have to marry them. Just live with them.
I don't even
just do them. Orgasm. Okay. Anyway.
14.
Okay. Let's get that. Let's do this. Okay. Okay, Chaz. You got very good grades in school. You're smarter than you think. You need a little bit more confidence there. Are you lazy? You're lazy, aren't you? With school?
I procrastinate.
Right. There. Well, you could say that too. No.
Yeah. I usually get good grades. Just the past 2 years I've had issues.
Okay, but the issues, honestly, are just with you. Really. If you just quit procrastinating, honestly, and just get it done and over with, just get it over with. Your grades are obviously going to get a little higher, and you're going to be done with that stuff, so you can have a little less stress on it. You know what I mean? That way, you can kind of put the school stress away because you won't have it, and then you can be open up to meet this gentleman that will possibly be coming in. But you have to deal with the school stuff first because that is really taking up a lot on your mind. Okay? When you stress out on one thing, sometimes the energy will turn and everything will go to that. So if something does, an opportunity of any kind passes your way, 9 out of 10 times you're not going to see it. You know what I mean? Or want to go there. Yeah. You see okay, whatever, but I got this, If you truly want to meet someone nice, of course we all do, and have a good, a good relationship with someone, you need to get the schoolwork thing kind of pinned down for yourself. Just get it over with. You know what you got to do. You get that over with, then what do you got to stress on? And then you can leave yourself open to welcome in someone else into your life that you really would like to have.
And you're not in a hurry. You've got plenty of time.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, but hey, I'm lonely.
Well, I understand that, but you're what'd you say, 21, almost 22?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a lot of time to worry about that. So
she just wants like a boyfriend. She doesn't want to walk down the aisle yet, Ruff.
Yeah,
well, I understand it. Boyfriends in school, girlfriends in school, they don't mix. You know that.
Yeah, but you know what? She's very smart, and she will. The schoolwork
but she's
will
lazy,
always
in your words.
I told her what to do, and you're gonna do. Are you gonna at least try, Chaz?
Yeah, I'm gonna start studying more.
Well, I mean, study and just get your assignments over with, and then that's one less thing, right, on your head.
Yeah.
To worry about. You'll feel so much lighter once you start the unprocrastinating. It's not going to feel like you won't slip back into that. Once you get in this rhythm with your schoolwork, you're going to be, that's going to be gone. All that stress and thinking about, I should do this. I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah. I should do that. I'll do it tomorrow. I do that with exercising. I'm an exercise. I sure am. I say that for like a month. Have I? No.
Yeah, December 30th, right around 10 o'clock. I'm going to start working out next year.
I wouldn't be doing it on December 30th.
No. December...
That's my birthday.
Oh, well, happy birthday to you.
Happy early birthday.
Happy early birthday. So. All right, does that answer your questions? Anything else?
Yeah.
That does it for you. Okay, well, great. Thanks so much for calling in.
All right.
All right, take care.
Cats and everybody else. Bye.
Oh, well, Amy Bruni, we're just going to have to reschedule for some other time. She's doing some super secret spy stuff, from what I understand. So, apparently, I don't know. It's not that she forgot us. It's just where she's at. There's no cell reception or something. She's having some trouble. So, we'll have to reschedule Amy, and we'll definitely get her on for you guys. Hey, coming up next week, Mark Nesbitt will be on the show. Ghosts of Gettysburg. He does a tour of the Gettysburg battlefield and all that. That should be a lot of fun, because it has to be one of the most haunted places, at least on the East Coast, if not in America, over there at Gettysburg. So that ought to be a lot of fun. Hey, this is Roughhouse. Thanks for listening to this week's Parahub Radio Podcast. As always, you can hear us live every Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, 3 a.m. if you happen to be in the UK. Just go to parahub.org and click on the chat, and you can listen to us and talk to us while we're doing the show. Thanks again. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.